today is very special because today is the day that we unbox Awaken Realms ISS Vanguard, the core game, the base set, which is massive, by the way. I have been waiting for this game for years, as have many of you. This is a 1 to 4 narrative cooperative style game where you and possibly your friends take on the roles of crew members of the ISS Vanguard, where you go down and explore planets, encounter things, and hopefully come out the other end more or less intact. So let's go to the table and see what is in this huge box. All right, here's the core box of ISS Vanguard, and it is a big one. And right on the back here, we have kind of a summary here, and it says 14 plus, 20 plus planetary explorations, 2 to 4 hours each, and 1 to 4 players. And then we've got a components list here. So this is probably going to be a longer unboxing video, so let's get into it. Inside the box is this nice black paper finish here. And right away we are hit with some punch boards, it looks like. Let's see, there's the plastic edge right here. We got some foam underneath there. And, right. So we've got a double-sided punch board right here. Looks like we've got all sorts of alien tokens here, which are essentially standees, once we get the stands. I'll show you a few of these right here. These punch out very cleanly, no need to take a knife to the edge to clean them up. They're nice thick cardboard, print on both sides. And then we have a bunch of other tokens here. We've got some turn available tokens, mission failed, penalty, start, location left. No need to punch all of these out right here, but you can see both sides. We have another punch board where you can see a whole bunch of other ships, as well as aliens, extraterrestrials, that will get punched out and be standees, presumably. And other tokens and things like that, and again, printed on both sides. Next, we are hit with some rules. And we've got contents, nice illustration, credits, and we have an illustrated itemized components list, very nice. Just in here so you can see all of that. ISS Vanguard rulebook, some setup and storage instructions, it looks like. More storage instructions, starting your game. And there's some QR codes right here. Looks like for some app QR code and downloadable logbook and other resources. Prepare the away team, prepare section card, prepare the planet board. And some nice illustrations, lots of text. Oh, I skipped a page here. Text, text, text. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Nice illustration right there, campaign. So it's unclear exactly how many of these rules you have to go through before you start your first game. But there are plenty of them, rules. And then, okay, chapter 4 here, we have glossaries where you have kind of names for all of the standees. And then we have a game term glossary in the back. And then we have an icon glossary on page 46 and 47. So lots of illustrations, but tons of text. This is going to take, to get through all this, going to take multiple sittings and multiple read-throughs. A lot here. A lot of stuff there. Okay. Well, it should be worth it. Here's hoping. Okay, now how do I get into this? So here we have resuming a saved game, and these you'll notice are these things are 3-hole punched because I believe there is a binder that goes with this game. So this is about resuming a saved game, bridge, star map, ship facilities, nice illustrations here, research laboratory, trying to keep them all in order, really nice art, production complex, barracks, situation room, hangar, mission launch procedure, begin planetary exploration, leaving the planet, docking, debriefing, unloading, all sorts of starship operations type stuff. Medbay, that's going to be important. Memorial wall, oh dear, your crew is dying, right? Save point, and that is it. So it looks like these are kind of like section dividers with kind of like turn summary things for each section or something like that. So put these to the side, and then here we have Planet Torpeda. So we have all these different planetscapes here. If you don't, this isn't really spoiler, hopefully. It's not saying stop, and it's not a tuck box, and it's just kind of showing you all the different planetscapes, but obviously if you don't want to see all these scapes, skip ahead. Just gonna go through these, flip through these pretty quick so you can see them all. ISS Vanguard. Place for, all these places to put down cards. Amazing artwork. Nearing the end. All right. Victory pool, do not use until instructed. Interesting. And that takes us, there are 41 pages here. So there are like 21 different planetscapes or locationscapes in there. Okay, so ISS Vanguard secret envelope. Do not open until instructed. It is pretty hefty. There are a number of things in there. Close that right up. So obviously I will not be opening this up and showing you this because this is very clearly spoiler-esque, but just know that it is in here in the core box. And like I said, it's pretty hefty, it's thick. There's a bunch of content in there for you to discover at the right time. Next up, we have some system maps here. And I'm actually probably not going to show all of these because I want there to be something else for you to discover on your own. Just give you a taste here. And we're about halfway through. Yeah, they're the staples. Halfway through this system book, and then there's double what you just saw there. So system maps, and then we have. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I think, okay, this is just a comic book. And I'll show you the first few pages, but no, there's a narrative comic book that comes in here as well. Don't want to spoil the story. Okay, so now, wow, there's a lot of paperwork here. Now we have an operations book, and there's a QR code there, and some logs. And again, I don't want to spoil too much of this because there are different log entries here with narrative text. And then we have this thick log book with, again, hundreds of different logs. So I'm just going to kind of show you the first page to give you an idea of what's in here. And I'm going to pull this to the side, and it's basically more of that. And there are almost 100 different logs in here. And I'll put that to the side and let you discover that on your own. Now, we have, let's see if there are any more of these ships. It doesn't seem so, but we have some ship player mats here. We have the Dragonfly with a bunch of spaces to place cards, it looks like. Here we have the Pelican. We have some, supplies and successful landing places to, different trackers and things like that. Places to put cards, places inside to put cards. And then we have the Space Ranger. And you can see, whoop, I'm totally just having the Pelican fly off down onto the floor here. You can see that these ships, just based on this iconography right here, are not the same. These have different capabilities. So we've seen this. There's a Space Ranger. There's the Void Ranger. Kind of looks like the Porsche of dropships of one type or another. Then we have the Faustschlag. Hopefully I'm not butchering that too badly. And then the Waygate, which absolutely looks like something out of StarCraft 2. This is a Protoss type ship through and through. All right. So next we have, oh, okay. So yeah, I was telling you that I've been flipping this up, but this right here is your ship book, which is your 3-ring binder. And they actually put right here, okay, I didn't want to get those hole punched pages out of order, but it looks that like they have very kindly laid down the order that those pages are supposed to go in binder right here. And this binder is, I'm just going to pull these rings apart here. Yeah, this is solid. It's not super flexible, so don't sit on it because it will bend. But this is gorgeous. I'm gonna flip it out so you can see all of the artwork across the back. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. They spared no expense here. I'll tell you that right now. Here we have the rating. This is just a page where you can put something in there. But here you have hole punched card pages. So I'm sure many of us collected, either baseball cards or customizable card games, or still do that. Marvel, DC cards, all that stuff. And we had pages, and probably still do have many pages like this in 3-ring binders or trapper keepers, where our school notes and homework were supposed to go back in the day, or still go today. And so this is actually quite cool. It's kind of a throwback for me. So you put all of these, you can insert cards in all of these places, and then you put them in the binder, and you can flip through it, and that'll just be amazing. Here we have 4 player boards, it seems like. So we have a security player board, and these are double layered. Hopefully, if I tilt it like this, you can see that, yeah, you can see that clearly, that there are recesses for cards and looks like dice and things like this. So we have the security, always first in line, looks like kind of a red shirt, and then, available dice. Yeah, available dice right there, should have read that. Places for cards here, spent pool. As the security section, you protect others in the unknown hostile environments, and aboard ISS Vanguard, your skills help your team get back safe even from the deadliest adventures. Yeah, so this is Worf from Star Trek Next Generation, and all red shirts ever, essentially. And then we have science. So, searching for questions. As the science section, you're prepared to challenge the unknown, armed with just your knowledge and careful analysis. Your keen mind and attention to detail ensure nothing of interest is left behind. So here we have the Jadzia Daxes, and Mr. Spocks and people like that.
And then we have the recon, Beyond New Horizons. At the recon section, you are tasked with leading people into the unknown and spotting dangers. Your assistance allows the other team members to move faster and use paths they couldn't find on their own. Okay, so this is like a combination of security and engineering and science all kind of combined. Okay, so now we have the engineering. So at the engineering section, you develop simple solutions to complicated problems. You also set up and manage many valuable pieces of equipment on hostile planets. All right, so we have the Scotties and the Datas and the Geordies and the Belanatauruses and the Chief O'Briens and the... You get the idea there. Okay. Next, we have this thing, and we have a whole bunch of miniatures here. So I'm going to pull these out one at a time. So, this is the money shot. This is the ISS Vanguard, and what a model that is. I have seen many miniatures and models in my time. I don't think I've seen one that is both this utilitarian and this elegant at the same time. This is just gorgeous. I love this.
I'm particularly excited about ISS Vanguard because once I realized I could not be a spaceship when I grew up, all I ever wanted to be was a starship captain. And I realized that you're not the captain in ISS Vanguard, but it's still pretty good. Some people have asked me, well, Pete, with ISS Vanguard, and I have played this before, I'm unboxing this copy today, I've played a friend's copy. People have asked me, well, how is ISS Vanguard compared to being a crew member on the USS Enterprise D with Captain Picard versus the Nostromo from Alien? And I say, kind of right in between, depending on how the game goes for you and depending where in the Star Trek series you are with Jean-Luc. Early Jean-Luc was very idealistic. Once he had the whole Borg thing, things kind of got darker. But yeah, this is amazing. You should check it out. We have more to unbox. Let's get back to it.
All right. Next up, I'm just gonna go through these. Put my hand there, you can see them a little better. Just do a quick one of these, and then I'll pull them out very quickly. I'll probably do two at a time, actually. Because we have a lot to get through, but I'm going to show these off. Oh, one thing I did fail to show you is that the ISS Vanguard does have this clear stand, and there is a place for it, as you can see, so it'll stand up quite nicely. Okay. So next we have a couple more models right here. And a few more. And these are actually really nice sculpts. I like these, and they're quite hefty. And we have two more here. All right. So I lift this out of here. Whew. I'm trying to determine where to go from here. You can obviously see there are tons of cards, which we'll get to in some fashion eventually. Down here, we have ISS Vanguard little baggie. It is wide enough for my hands and is not too deep, so this shouldn't be not that difficult to reach into. I say with all games that have a bag that I don't typically like these components or mechanics that go with them, but this hopefully will not be too bad. All right, so next, if I can open up this little plastic baggie, we have, and these are, so we have miniatures bases in purple, blue, yellow, and kind of salmon color. And rather than being hard plastic, these are squishy. And I'm sure that if we take one of these miniatures, these bases will go on without too much hassle. And they do. And they stay on quite nicely. No problems there. Here, in this little pouch, yes, we do have some standee bases for some of the standees from the punch boards we saw at the top of the box. So there are a few of those, and these are big ones, and kind of big bases for the larger. If I can grab one of those for the larger piece of cardboard right there, right? But then also we have these smaller ones, 5 smaller ones, quite cute for the smaller pieces, smaller cardboard standees. Excuse me. All right. So now we have a baggie here that has icons on it, but nothing in it. So hopefully we'll figure out what to do with that later. Here we have a baggie of purple, looks like full-on centimeter purple acrylic cubes, and there are, you know, approximately 30 of them. If you want to know exactly, I'm sure it's in that illustrated itemized components list that you can go back towards the beginning of the video and look at quantity counts, but that's about 30. Don't need to count them all out in this moment. Now we have a bunch of dice. I'm actually going to put this box aside for a moment while we explore some dice. So we have, we'll count these. Yeah, we have 16 green dice, and I assume they are all the same. I don't know why they wouldn't be, but they are not. They are different. I don't know, they're not, I think they're certainly repeats, but you see some of these symbols. It's gonna be hard to determine right now how they're all different or which ones are the same, but you get the idea. You can see a lot of the, you know, custom dice here. And then we have a bunch of red custom dice. Blue custom dice. Right. And then we have a slightly different bag where we have, actually I'm going to pull these apart a little bit. We have fewer than 16 here. We have 6, looks like 11. I'm counting that right? Yeah. Of these yellow dice, which have radiation symbols and kind of like just like bad warning type symbols. Then we have a 1d10 here. And then we have 2 of these, all the other dice before this have been 6-sided except for the 1d10, and then we have 2 1d8s, which seem to be identical, I believe. Okay. So now I'm gonna bring this box back up and stand by. I'm just gonna dump all these dice back in there. I'll put them back into their baggies later. All right. So now we have, actually I'm going to start off here. So here we have basically some storage solutions for cards. I think they're more than just storage solutions. I think they're an organizational system for in-game play. These are kind of, I wish these were sturdier, to be honest with you. Got to cut costs somewhere on a production this large, so maybe they did it here. These are fine. They will work. They will hold your cards, but they are, you know, squishy. So fine. Minor complaint, let's be honest, very, very minor complaint. Everything has just been so incredible in the production so far. Just above and beyond that, I see this and I'm like, oh, versus, whatever. As you can see, these are the 4-player colors, the yellow, the salmon, the purple, and the blue. So I assume each player gets one of these and does something with them in one way or another. I guess could be wrong about that. So other than the colors, they seem to be all the same. 2 of these have cards in them, which we will get to later. Sooner rather than later, actually. And here's the blue one. Got the idea there. All made out of the same type of material.
Hey, it's me again. We're not done yet, but I did want to mention one thing before I forget, which is that ISS Vanguard comes with a companion app, which you can play on your iPad. Ooh, there's the music. Very nice. Which you can play on your iPad or other mobile device. I'm gonna just click on a couple things. You got the menu there. And go back, and you hit ISS Vanguard, and there are more screens. It's an app that goes with a game. I do want to make one thing very clear, though, is that this is an app-assisted game, not an app-driven game. The difference being that you can play ISS Vanguard without using the app at all, which I know is very important for people who want to be able to play their board games 50 years from now, or more likely in a bunker when oceans take over everything and there are only 50 of us left, and what else are we going to do but play ISS Vanguard? And there are no apps. So it's app assisted, it helps with immersion, narrative story, there are voiceovers, there are things that it can track for you, but you can absolutely play without that app. And we're back in.
Okay, so what we're left with is these cards right here, and tons of cards here, and tons of cards here. This game comes with 1,100, 1,200 cards, something like that. So we're probably not going to, I know we're not going to go over all of them in detail. That would be here for hours. And it's also possible that I determined that some of those are spoilers in nature. So place this side down. Okay, so we have some amazing art. Place this side down, place this side down. Go over these. They got the idea here. So much incredible artwork. Got a reference card. This is like a playwright type card, reference card for danger dice. All right. And then we have a reference card for dice check right here. And you can see there are multiple reference cards and they're double-sided, so there you can see both sides of those reference cards. And you do get 4 of those, 1 for each player. And then we have a card for each of the ships that we saw earlier. The Waygate, which is the Protoss ship, the Void Ranger, which really looks like another Protoss ship, let's be honest. This also kind of looks like a ship out of EV Nova. I know I'm really dating myself there, but if you ever played Escape Velocity and then EV Override, which are the Ambrosia shareware games from Mac back in the 90s, and then they had EV Nova, which is the third one. Kind of looks like that. Anyway, then we have the Fosslag, the Dragonfly, and the Pelican, and the Space Ranger. We flip these over, and on the other side you have a whole bunch of iconography, which you can see there. So these are kind of the oversized cards, which is this incredible artwork, and these get tucked right back in there. Now let's see what we have here. And here it looks like we have some sleeves with some different icons. So it looks like there might be some sort of card constructing component here. I'll let you discover that on your own. Here we have a planetary scanner. Pay the cost above and push the landing card up until you see another cost. or until the card leaves the scanner, then ready and reveal parts, go on the other side onto the landing card. Okay, so maybe we'll come back to that. Here we have some planet name sheets. They're black and white, they're two-sided, the sides are different, but you're taking notes on here, writing things down, so yeah, notes, threat name, things like that. Let's see what we have here. Got some mini cards. Gather discoveries, lander mods, bridge cards, rank ups, injuries, events, discoveries, unique discoveries. So these are placeholders, right? Because they are taller than mini cards and they have these things. So these will, like I said, these are basically category bookmark things here. And, you know, as you can see, they are taller than mini cards, like I said, so you can see the categories. This is the back of tutorial deck 8. And this side up. Please do not open till instructed. Oh dear. So I'm going to put these away. Spoilers there. Yeah, we're clearly, you can hear my cat scampering across the house. So bear with me. I apologize. Like I said, I was pretty darn sure we were not going to go through all of these cards. Here are some event cards because this is such a narrative type game, and I want to err on the side of showing too little and not spoil anything. We have mission cards, a whole deck of mission cards here. We have global condition cards here, and it gives you, there's like a homesick card, and you get a whole deck of those. We have search project cards, and you have an idea of that there. It's not because I don't want to go through it all. I definitely do want to go through it all, but again, if you choose to purchase this game, I really want to give you a taste of what you're getting and not take away the excitement of discovery from you, which is really what this game is all about. So we have equipment cards here. There's a med kit. We have more equipment cards here, these square cards. We have a Xeno Analyzer. All right, so you have this cool glove, like a Nintendo Power Glove, and you put it on extraterrestrials and you analyze them, I assume. I assume that's what's happening there. I'm going to show you the size so you can just see the thickness, how many cards you're getting in these packs. Here we have unavailable equipment, and it looks like this is kind of, yeah, another categorical card separator thing, which is nice. Here we have planet cards. Okay. All right. And as you can see, we are nowhere near done because we have not really looked at these, and we still have to look at least all of these packs. So, we have, if I can get my hand in there. Bridge upgrade cards. That could be, I mean, I think based on the color variation here, there are different types of cards there. We have campaign objectives, and you can see there tons, hundreds, several hundred mini cards there at least. Here we have deck after deck of, okay, so we have point of interest cards, and they are numbered on the back here. So this is P171. Nothing interesting. That's a good one to show you. And we have more point of interest cards here. You can see the thickness of those decks. I'm going to pull out all of these here. We have more point of interest cards. So much to discover in this game. More point of interest cards. And Yeah, so this is basically all like, hey, let's look at the thing. Let's go find the green giant in Blue Earth, Minnesota type stuff. Seriously, there is like a green giant statue in Blue Earth, Minnesota. Go check it out. And we have some personnel type cards, it looks like. And more personnel type cards. And this is the back of the tutorial deck. A, do not open until instructed. Okay. And then, finally, if we go back up here, let's take another look at these cards, which I kind of glossed over real quick. We have section cards, whole deck of section cards. And we have more section cards right here. And I do believe that is the bottom of the box. That is everything, as if that weren't enough, that comes in the base game of ISS Vanguard.
So there it is. There is ISS Vanguard, the base game, minus spoilers. I do apologize I was not able to show you more of the cards. As some of you already know, I'm very anti-spoilers. On this channel, I want to be able to show you as much of the games as possible without ruining any narrative surprises. And because ISS Vanguard is so narrative in its nature, could not open a lot of those cards at this point. I'm so excited for everyone who's getting their copies of this game. Hopefully it'll hit retail soon. I have played this game with friends of friends copy. It is absolutely outstanding. It is better than it looks, if that is possible. Please do give us a like, give us a shout out, give us a comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about us, and we will see you out in not outer space, on planet Earth with our next unboxing soon.